Welcome to another episode of Ground Zero, our weekly roundup on the hottest talking points on citizen journalism website Stomp. I'm Sean, and making his debut on Ground Zero is Terence.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
So Terence, what has everybody been talking about recently?
Let me see. Christmas? New Year's Eve plans?
Close, but something less bright and cheery that was hot on the lips of Singaporeans were the SMRT breakdowns and earlier, the increase in taxi fares.
Yes. Public transport woes are high on the list of things that get us Singaporeans riled up.
Terence, I'm sure you've come across quite a few number of posts sent in to Stomp complaining about public transportation here. What were some of those that stood out for you?
Well, we do get many pictures sent in of people not giving up their seats on the MRT and other rude behaviour on the buses and trains.
And I have seen quite a few on cabbies behaving badly.
Yes, like this recent video of a cabbie who was ranting angrily at his passenger because he had no change for $50.
Okay. In the beginning of the ride, I said, sorry.
You should have told me $50. I'm sorry, sir. I don't have small note. Is it possible for you to give me a change of $50? Of course, I don't have.
Another video sent in showed a cabbie who was more expressive in his frustrations, hurling vulgarities and even throwing a bag of coins at a customer after an argument, leaving her with a swelling on her forehead and a bruised eye.
Wow, that's terrible, man.
Come down, you think what you want.
The stomper who was subjected to the abuse wrote that the argument arose because she was clumsy in making her payment and dropped her coins. The taxi driver got out of the vehicle to continue yelling at her as she tried to enter her apartment lobby. He threw several coins at her that hit her torso as she was about to enter her apartment lobby. Then the driver got out of his vehicle and swung a big plastic bag full of coins at the customer, hitting her head.
Well, the stomper made a police report, but the case was classified as a non-seizable offence, and the taxi driver was not arrested. She then made a complaint to the taxi company, but one of their customer service staff actually said that there was nothing he could do now except take down the feedback and that investigations will only commence only when the office opens on the 27th of December.
Some stompers who saw the video were outraged that nothing was done. Stomper Sin Man Sin wrote, "This is ridiculous. The law must take action into such cases. Must someone be seriously injured or dead before the law can intervene? It's about time we make some amendments into our enforcement of our Penal Code Act, giving the authorities power to make arrests for such offences."
Well, but other stompers felt that the post only reflected one side of the story and that the taxi driver could not have gotten so incensed just because the customer dropped her coins while making the payment. Stomper Xiao Tony wrote, "I think the taxi driver might have also recorded the fiasco with his handphone and wish he could come forward to counterclaim Stomper's allegation here. That's the best way to see and hear both sides of the story. I, for one, find it hard to believe the dropping of coins will lead to such kind of confrontation. There's some hidden issues which I believe might have been omitted to raise the stakes."
Indeed. We should hear both sides of the story before we draw any conclusions, and we shouldn't let these bad examples tarnish the reputation of taxi drivers here. As Stomper Denise Chong said, "After travelling to so many other countries, I must say that in general, Singapore taxi drivers are still much more courteous and professional. For those who keep criticising Singapore taxi drivers, time for you to experience what taxi drivers of other countries are capable of, starting with those in our neighbouring countries."
Well, Sean, that makes me feel so afraid to travel to neighbouring countries right now.
Indeed, Terence.
But from bad experiences on the road, we now shift to bad experiences at the dining table as we show you some creepy crawlies stompers found in their food in the next clip.